All right. I want you to write a list. It can be as many things on the list as you want to put there, up to 10. No more than 10. I'd love it if you did all 10, but if you can't think of 10, then don't put 10. Put like 3 and then 7 X's to indicate that there's later you'll think of something. You know what I mean? So a list of 10 items would be great. Your biggest complaints about your life, not about life, about your life, not life itself. Don't give me fucking angst. I've seen angst for years. I know my own. I've got angst, plenty of angst of my own. I import angst every year. For Christmas, for Thanksgiving, I have angst at the table. We don't need that. So what I'm wondering is your life. What is it that about your life that you want to complain about? What complaint do you have about? Now you notice I'm not characterizing what are you unhappy about? Blah, blah, blah. No. Any complaint is what I'm talking about, of any type, of any nature, of any character. Do you understand what I mean by that? It can include anything and everything as a complaint. A complaint merely means that you're stating that this is something that is a complaint. It's something you want to complain about. You would like to complain about. You like to if you complained at all. Now, if you don't complain, don't give me bullshit that I don't complain, so I didn't make a list. Oh yeah, just because you don't complain doesn't mean you don't want to, wouldn't like to, and so forth. This is very important. I want you to make a list of the things that you find would be on your list of complaints, the things that you decide are part of your list of complaints. And I'd like it if you just write those down as they occur to you. As they occur to you. In other words, in whatever sequence they occur to you, you write down the principal complaints of your life. So you look at your life and you say, okay, what's a complaint? What complaint do I have about my life? All right, you write it down, write another one down, till you have 10. Okay? Then take those 10 items that you wrote down and enter each one onto a 3x5 index card. Then take those 10 index cards and sort them top to bottom, where the worst complaint is at the top and the least complaint is at the bottom. Okay? Now, number each one. 1, 2, 3, 4. From the top to the bottom, the number top is number 1, bottom is number 10. That's the least complaint. Top complaint, number 1 is the most complaint. Okay? Now, get that stack, make a stack where the 1 is at the top and the 10 is at the bottom, okay? You get what I'm saying here? All right, good. Now, you're going to go through this stack a little at a time. The first thing you're going to do is you look at your top complaint. Draw a picture which represents this top complaint and label that picture number 1 with a circle around the 1, where you normally would sign it, lower right-hand side. Make a picture of the second one, third one, and so forth. It can be a quick sketch. It can be just a little, very just quick sketch, something to help you remember. Then if you want to make this work for you, make a composite sketch of all 10 complaints in the same sketch. A sketch which represents for you, not something you'd have to explain to a friend or to a stranger. No, something that will help you remember all 10 complaints all at once when you look at this picture about your life. 10 complaints that you have about your life. The illustrated 10 complaints of your life. Okay? And then you're going to make this into a little book, put some color into it, make it into a book, get a little binding for it, make it into a scrapbook perhaps, something like that. Elaborate on it, explain each thing, make that front thing into the front of a chapter, make a whole chapter about it, put it in a blog someplace. Illustrate it though, illustrate it. Can you illustrate it with the Second Life screenshots? Of course you can. You can do anything, you're the artist. You decide what the medium is. You decide how to express it. You decide what to do. Use your talent, use your skills, and you can use any skills you have to make that artistic comment, that artistic statement. Any skills you've got are all legal to use in this exercise. Okay, gonna go get the dancers. Yes, what?
When you're moving from your 3x5 cards to your book,
Yes.
are you putting the 3x5 cards in your book? Like
No, you move the 3x5 cards. You're organizing the 3x5s so that they're intense to gray. In other words, the most bothersome to the least bothersome, 1 through 10, and then you're going to illustrate each of those, maybe in a sketchbook.
Oh, okay. These are sort of just to remind you what.
These are illustrations of each of those complaints,
Yeah.
and then an illustration combining all of those complaints if you can.
Right.
Embodying all of those, it will help. It will remind you of all of those complaints, or at least your primary complaints. If you can't do all 10, do 3.
Okay. But then
3's okay.
when you're putting them in the book, I'm not clear on what goes in the book.
The 3x5 cards don't get pasted into the book. They are used as a source material, and you're going to create a book on book paper, maybe on scrap paper, maybe on scrapbook paper, perhaps. There's some very elegant scrapbook, but don't think the scrapbook paper is garbage. Stuff costs you $2, $3 a sheet. 12 by 12 is the size you would use for a scrapbook if you want to really have fun with that. Or 8.5, 11. They have 8.5, 11 scrapbooks now that work the same. So yeah, you can scrapbook any way you like. Okay, I'm going to go get the dancers. Be right back.